Hello, this screencast is about eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells and is part of the B1 topic, so this is revision for B1. Okay, could you start by drawing the plant cell on the left hand side and the animal cell on the right hand side and see if you can label the different parts. The numbers correspond, so for example number 1 on the plant cell on the left will be the same as number 1 on the right hand side on the animal cell. So pause the screencast, draw the plant cell and the animal cell and see if you can label them, and if you can, write down what each part of the cell does. This is a minimum expectation for biology, that you know the different parts of the plant and the animal cell and also the bacterial cell, which we will look at later in the screencast. Pause the screencast now. Okay, hopefully you've had a go at that, so we will go through them now. So number 1 is the cytoplasm, and the cytoplasm is where chemical reactions take place. Number 2 is the nucleus, and that is where all the DNA is stored. Number 3 is the cell membrane, and that controls what enters and exits the cell. Number 4 are ribosomes, and ribosomes are where protein synthesis takes place, so where proteins are put together. And number 5 are mitochondria, and that is where respiration takes place. So hopefully you'll see those 5 parts of the cell are found in both plants and animals. But you will see that there are 3 more parts of the cell there, number 6, 7 and 8, that are only found in the plant cell. Number 6 is the chloroplasts, which is where photosynthesis takes place. Number 7 is the vacuole, and that contains cell sap and it helps the cell to keep its shape. And number 8 is a cell wall, which helps to support the cell and again keeps the cell's shape. So make sure as a minimum expectation you know those different structures and you know which are found in plants and animals and which are only found in plant cells. Okay, moving on. Okay, you need to know what a eukaryotic cell is. So eukaryotic cells are cells that have a nucleus. So plant cells have a nucleus, animal cells do as well. So we are animals and therefore we are what you call eukaryotes. So eukaryotes are organisms that are made of eukaryotic cells. So that's cells that contain a nucleus. All of our cells, apart from red blood cells, have got a nucleus and therefore we are eukaryotes. You are a eukaryote. That is how I always remember it. Okay, moving on. There are prokaryotic cells. Now, prokaryotic cells are single-celled organisms that do not contain a nucleus. So they are made of one cell and they do not have that nucleus. Now, as you can see from this diagram here, they still contain DNA, but it is not inside a nucleus. So prokaryotes are prokaryotic organisms. They are single-celled, they do not contain a nucleus. So we're going to have a look at an example now. Okay, so this is a diagram of a bacteria. So all bacteria are prokaryotes because they are all single-celled organisms that do not have a nucleus. What you will see though is that they contain some similar features to other plant and animal cells. So if you hopefully will recognise some of those words, cytoplasm, ribosomes, cell membrane, cell wall, are all found in either plant and animal cells or just plant cells, which we are going to look at now. But again, this structure you need to know. Okay, so if we look at that, the ticks represent the red tick, represent animal cells, and the black tick represent plant cells. So you can see the cytoplasm is found in the plant cell, the animal cell, and bacteria. Ribosomes are found in plant cells, animal cells, and bacteria. Cell membrane is found on plant cells, animals, and bacteria, whereas a cell wall is just bacteria and plant cells. Animal cells do not have a cell wall. Okay, using the information that you have just hopefully written down in your revision, I'd like you now to complete a Venn diagram. So hopefully you will have made one of these before. In the middle of the Venn diagram, you will put any part of the cell that is found in animal, plant and bacteria. In this section, you will put anything that's only found in animals. In this section, only found in plants. In this section, only found in bacteria. And then there are sections for animals and bacteria, plants and animals, and plants and bacteria. So pause the screencast now. This is a very common question for you to have to know which part of a cell is found in just a plant cell or in just a bacterial cell. So pause this now and have a go. Okay, so here is the finished article. Okay, so we've got animal cells. There is nothing that only animal cells have. Plant and animal cells have a nucleus. All three have a cytoplasm. Animals and bacteria don't have chloroplasts. And then you've got plants and bacteria have a cell wall. Bacterial cells, they are the smallest cell. They have a single DNA loop and they have plasmids, which was that circular DNA. And plant cells have vacuoles and have chloroplasts. So make sure you can visualise in an exam the different parts of these three types of cells and also what a eukaryotic cell is and a prokaryote. Okay, so remember, you are eukaryotic. Prokaryotic cells do not have a nucleus. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Good luck with your revision.